What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you see, I'm in the car. I thought I'd bring you another ride along. I'm actually on my way to Kensington right now. I'm gonna go out there and do some work and then catch up with the family. The family's out of town. I'll catch up with Rachel and the kids. A lot of people in the comments ask me being in prison. How could you, daughters that are 15, you said you were in prison for over 17 years, 11-year-old daughter. So I figured I'd break down the dynamics real quick. As most of you know, the twins, Brooke and Bryn, they're not biologically mine. They're mine through love. Those are my babies. I've raised them since 2013. I've been in their life and raising them. The only father that they know. Maritza, my 11-year-old, she's to a relationship prior to me and Rachel being together. The relationship was absolutely horrible. I had her mother in the middle of my addiction. It was a nightmare on both parts. So my addiction, I was living in Philly at the time. She was living 3 hours away from Philly, and I basically got with her. At the time, I didn't have a license. I had just bought a car and got pulled over for driving without a license. My license suspended again. I was home for prison for 3 days when I got pulled over by the cops, watching me search my car, thinking I was making a drug move or a drug trip. 2 o'clock in the morning. What I was actually doing was, my sister were in the car. I was taking my sister back. She was on methadone clinic in Philly at the time, so I was taking her back to get her dose. She wanted to be one of the first people online, so I, instead of leaving early in the morning, we'll leave 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Get there, time the clinic opens, and you can get your dose and then go on with our day. Cops had been watching me. They seen me around, knew that I was out of prison, pulled me over about 10 minutes away to head from Sunbury back to Philly. They pulled me over. There was 4 cars deep. They pulled me over. 3 cars came, boxed me in, asked to search the car. This time, mind you, I was home for 3 days on parole. After serving 5 years, I got indicted by the Attorney General's office for drugs. Thought I was up to my old game. Me like a knucklehead. I came back out. I had a lot of jewelry, some money put away, and I came back out and ran around the streets like a knucklehead. I wasn't doing nothing illegal. But if you looked at me, thought I was back to my old trick. $30,000, $40,000 worth of jewelry on. Mind you, when you come home on parole, the DA from the county that you got in trouble, the DA knows. They're notified. The police department is notified. Being a small area, they were put on notice. They had their radars up. So they searched the car, didn't find nothing in the car. Got in trouble for driving the car without a license because my license had been suspended due to the drug charge. Searched the car, tear the car up. I had my prison box still in the back. I had still stuff that I had put in storage when I went to prison. A whole bunch of electronics, couple PlayStations, couple Xboxes, couple different phones. Cops seen it, they thought it was stolen. They're like, what are you doing with all this stuff? A lot of the stuff's still brand new in boxes. I told them mine from before I went to prison. They didn't believe me. They said they were calling in the serial numbers, report it stolen, all that type of stuff. They called my PO. By now, it's probably, that took place for about 2 hours. About 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, my PO gets a call saying that they pulled me over driving without a license. Long story short, afterwards he tells me, don't get caught driving without a license again or you're going back to jail. That's how I met my daughter's mother. She would drive me back and forth. She picked me up, ended up having a daughter together. Blessing is, I got greatest blessings of my life, Maritza. The first time I went to prison, 1996. I was 15 years old, 2 months before school started, summertime of 96. I was moving to a new school because I had got kicked out of my original school I was in. Mom didn't really have money to buy me school clothes. Mind you, at this time I was already in the streets acting up, 15 years old. Had already been to numerous juvenile placements, boot camps, secure lockups, foster homes. I had been going through all that. It's like the age of 12 years old. Starting this new school, I want to go there looking good. New sneakers, new clothes. Mom couldn't afford it. Got a bright idea. I said, look, let's go do a stick up. Me and 2 of my homies. I was 15. One of my other homies was like 15. Another brother with us that was 25, 26. Had just come home from doing an armed robbery already. Now that I look back on it, definitely, we was being taken advantage of because we were younger. And that's just the way it went. I learned that. I didn't realize that until I got older and started doing that with the younger guys. We view it as a rite of passage in our communities way too often. So we pulled the armed robbery off. As we're leaving, about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, the restaurant was closing. The cops just happened to roll past because a rash of armed robberies going around. Somebody got shot in the face during one of the armed robberies. Cops were already on high alert. Did an armed robbery at a Kentucky Fried Chicken spot. It was closing. One of the workers got shot in the eye. Cops already knew people going around sticking these places up. So they were just happened to be driving by, seen us, seen what was going down, pulled right up on us, literally caught red-handed. I took off running. I didn't get caught at the scene. My other co-defendants got caught right at the scene. I made it back to where I was going. It was an ordeal. I was climbing on top of a train, hiding in a little ravine. It was a mess. It took me 2 hours to get to the house I was staying at. When I got there, I was soaking wet, it was dirty, cut up. Rocks, bushes, it was a mess, an absolute mess. There was a couple times in the chase of me going home, cops were literally right there on me, hiding on top of a coal train, and I was on top of it and I could hear the cop down below. Didn't realize I was on top of the train. It's a mess. I knew I was the one that had the money bag, so I stashed the money bag, came back and got it later on. Got away. A week later, a cousin of mine had a good idea that I did the robbery, called the police, set me up. He didn't know for sure I did it because I didn't tell anybody I did it. The only person that really knew I did it was my girlfriend at the time, 2 other people that were there. She had lived right next door to the house I was staying at with my girlfriend. She seen me when I came back to the house and I was a mess. She put 2 and 2 together. She said, damn, they were together earlier in the evening. Those 3 always hang out. He had to be, because it was all over the news. 3rd person wanted in connection with this armed robbery, blah, 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 blah. She put it together, called the cops on me. Same thing I was thinking, same thing everybody else is thinking. Damn, that's your cousin, my blood cousin, first cousin. Why would she do that? I went back and picked up the money from the armed robbery next day because I hid the money bag real well. I knew, just didn't want to get caught with the money bag. Cops were on me. I hid it really good, place that I was sure they weren't gonna find it. I figured, all right, cops catch me, I can make up an excuse. I had worn all black, had a change of clothes underneath my clothes. I had it pretty much thought out and planned out pretty good. Just so happened that the cops were doing a round, rolled up on it. Those things that was God, and so God made that happen to teach me a lesson. Take the money, go to New York, pick up a pack. I had got almost $17,000 from the robbery. A little bit of money, put it aside for 2 guys that I was on the robbery. I put it aside, and once I found out they're not telling on me, make sure that money gets to them, whether it's on their book or the form of a lawyer, one way or another, I'll make sure that money gets to them. I just had to make sure they weren't telling on me. Obviously, I wasn't gonna pay for their lawyer if they're telling on me. The rest of the money I took to New York, which was a little over $10,000, took it, grabbed the pack, I figured, all right, this will put me on my feet, could make some money while I'm flipping it. So my cousin, he knew that I had the package, and there was no reason not to trust my cousin at this time. She had helped me sell drugs before, I had drugs at her house, so there was no reason for me to be alarmed or realize I can't trust her. What's up, everybody? So I asked to search the car. Maritza, me and her mom were in a relationship. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Frank. You're at Morals Over Money. So, as you can see, I forgot. Hold up. All right, so obviously I'm not in the car anymore. I went to upload the video and I realized I accidentally did not press play for the last part. I was in the house bagging up the drugs that I had picked up from New York. My cousin was just at the house. She left. I remember she left. I told her to lock the door. I'm in there bagging up with another individual that came to buy significant amount of the drugs for me. So I'm bagging it up. Something told me, look outside. Outside, I just had that gut feeling. I look outside. Front of the apartment building is flooded with cops. 7, 8 cop cars. Instantly, I go to run out the back door. Same thing. Cops all out back. I'm in an apartment. Can't go nowhere. Instantly, take all the drugs. They were on a coffee table. I lift up the couch cushion, push them right under the couch cushion. From the coffee table, swipe it right all under the couch cushion, push it down. So the guy's panicking also. So mind you, the guy He just coming to cop some drugs. He didn't realize what I had done, and he sees all these cops, so he starts panicking. Dude probably thinks that I tried to set him up or something. Obviously, from my reaction, he realized. He's like, damn, what am I supposed to do? Yo, just tell him it's just you in the house. I was stupid enough, naive, stupid enough, panicking. So I said, maybe if he tells him that it's just him in the house, look downstairs and just leave. So I start thinking, you know what? They can't come in without a warrant, right? I'm not opening this door. I'll be damned. So I go upstairs, looking out the crack of the blinds, and next thing I know, I see the building manager for the apartment complex coming over with the keys. That's when I knew I was going to jail. So I hide in the closet, and there was like a wedding dress. First, I try to hide between the mattress. I try to hide in a fucking dresser drawer, everywhere you could think of in that house. I end up hiding behind like a wedding dress in the closet. So I hear the cops come in. They tell the guy, get on the floor. I hear the handcuffs. I hear them coming upstairs. They look in the room, open the closet up, flip through the closet, don't see me. They keep on searching. I hear somebody downstairs says, he has to be here. He has to be here. So they keep on searching the house. I see them come back in the room. They start looking in the closet. Now they look in the closet good. And at this time, mind you, I was 15 years old. I was a skinny little kid. So I'm hiding behind this wedding dress, shaking like a motherfucker. The wedding dress, it was wrapped in plastic. So that bitch was probably crinkling, making all types of noises. I'm shaking my ass off. I'm scared to death. And I can see them, but they can't see me. As they're searching through the slits in the closet door, I can see them. So I see they got their guns out. I start thinking, damn, they're gonna kill me. Mind you, my mother always had this premonition that the cops would kill me because of the way I used to act when I was younger. They eventually moved the dress over the right way. There I am. Snatched me out, roughed me up a little bit because, didn't want to come out of the closet. They roughed me up a little bit, slammed me around, had a busted lip, punched me on the ribs, all that type of stuff. That was normal. You're getting that when you run from the cops. And then they put me in handcuffs. As I'm coming out, they load me in the car. All I'm thinking about is, did they find the drugs? So they never found the drugs. As I'm being loaded into the police car and they're taking me out, they're driving, they back out. Guess who I see? My cousin. At this time, I still don't know she told on me. My cousin's going in the house, and we'll finish this later.